Friends, my friends, it's Friday night with Stash. How is it going? How are you? What are you doing to survive the COVID-19? The boredom, the loneliness, the isolation. Probably a lot of people are just working their shifts or not. Actually, I guess there's still quite a few unemployed people. Or worse, so you kind of work in your shift and you can't even hit the gym, you got to go home. No haircuts. No walks in the park. No gym. How about the strip joints in Oregon are drive-through? That's sad. Anybody out there? This is the most unprepared vlog, so we're going all out. Anybody out there? Can you hear me? What are you doing? Are you reading more? Are you doing indoor yoga, meditation? Have you tried to write that novel? Have you reached out to the person you went to the prom with in high school? Are you in high school? Did you miss the prom because of the coronavirus? What about in your town? How bad is it? Where's the most lockdowns? Oh, there's my man. Well, that's all right. What we're gonna do? We're gonna blog or something. That's all right. Good to see you. Thank you for the link about Spain. Was it Spain on total draconian lockdown? You know that right now the Spanish pilots are assisting in Lithuania. Let's take a look at that news story. The news in Lithuania, there's something going on. Social distancing. I don't know. I don't know why. Where's that story? I don't know where I saw that. Lithuania has eased. Lithuanian city will become one big open-air cafe as lockdown is lifted. Lithuania and Belarus could be uncontrolled lockdown. Cool. Yeah, I'm really going on with nothing tonight. Sorry, man, but I'm just checking in and seeing anybody who's out there. What are you doing? Have you looked at the Pornhub? Through the whole thing. Apparently it's free or something. The fact that they even talk about that is completely fucked. What is that? That is disgusting. What is that? What kind of thing to be talking about? I hate those stories. Did you hook up? Slate Online Magazine. People got the flu and they're sick and they're talking about shit like that. Like those articles I saw. Did you hook up during the Boston Marathon lockdown? Atlantic Magazine. Did you? The tragedy of the coronavirus, and then we met. For whatever reason, then, it all seems so inappropriate. I've got 2 listeners on tonight. I know this is a bad subject. What about these massive concerts? It's like Hands Across America or something. I think that was, or All these philanthropic things. Do I dare? I mean, it's like, I guess it's awesome, but it's so strange. It's so, they all seem so like this messianic complex. And, people, I have written these self-help books. I am a very, very famous person, and they put them on. They're almost like psychotic. We can do this. We can unite. Sorry. Obviously, I'll never have a chance in connecting to the secret because I dare to question the sanity of some of this stuff. I don't know. Like when they sang the imagine all the people and the gorgeous actresses there and people. I mean, that's just, what the fuck? So crazy. I'm using the F word again tonight too much. Or is that great? People would say, oh yeah. What about your dreams? Has anybody had any group dreams? I think I already went through that. Any good movies you've seen? Have you streamed the Game of Thrones? Are you doing indoor yoga? NATO policing mission. Why are they going there? We're talking about Lithuania tonight for some reason. I don't know. NATO is involved in Lithuania right now. NATO. They have absolutely no anti-terror training, and they're all around Europe. I say completely cut their funding and cut it out. It's too expensive. End it. In fact, end NATO, end the Fed. Abolish the IRS, return to the gold standard. And the CDC. Did you know that the CDC is a private entity, just like the Federal Reserve Bank? Oh my God, I'm on YouTube saying this. What do people think of that? If you defend these institutions, lay it on me. Are you with RFK Jr. on the vaccines? Is the vaccines the best thing? Have you gotten into stuff like that during this? I probably shouldn't even put this up. It's not even worth it. Because nobody cares about my opinion of the CDC, the Federal Reserve Bank, and the vaccines. Nor that I care. They care that I think it's a good idea to make peace with Russia. My God. Yeah, the Spanish pilots go into Lithuania because of NATO, apparently, and they're there with the RAF. I will get us. I have one of these sentimental stories. During the virus, have you? Coronavirus people are having less sex during lockdown, says Durex boss. I guess they know. That would be the prophylactic condom maker. Are women better leaders in the pandemic? Sure, of course. Coronavirus diaries. A quarantine fling with my roommate has me questioning my sexuality. Okay. Well, I guess it's not as weird as the Boston Marathon lockdown stories, but tonight's stash thing is apparently rated R. Sorry. We're 11 minutes in, and this is my worst vlog so far. What do you guys think? Coronavirus. Have you seen? How about the air? The air is apparently better. Also, Greta Thunberg is going to be fighting the virus. And let me see if that other story is real. Coronavirus is the crisis conspiracy theorist's wildest dreams. I didn't say I was necessarily against the vaccine. Let's just talk about it. You bastards. Crown Hanks remind us that coronavirus too shall pass. And he and his wife are feeling better. That's good. Scientists identify 8 human traits that may prevent officials from getting a handle on the pandemic. Conspiracy theories don't stop at Bill Gates. Yeah, everything. I agree. We should do every single thing that Bill Gates says. I mean, he is, so smart, and there's no need for any Bill of Rights or anything like that. He's the penultimate. I mean, he's built that Microsoft, and obviously, he knows everything. Damn it. Carnivore is with me. He is listening offline. What's your situation where you are? Are you in total lockdown, mandatory mask? Has your local government completely solved this thing? I believe today that the intelligence officials have said that this virus isn't man-made. And they know. I like how that changes with every administration. The left wing, at different times, they used to hate the CIA. Now they love it. The CIA is nice now. The FBI is nice. They're not the COINTELPRO of the Vietnam War. They are now nice. Comey's nice. Peter Strzok and Lisa Page are now the FBI. It's a place where you have drama and intrigue and date each other and have affairs. The era of the G-men has ended. The FBI is like the character Dom from Robot, right? A very, very nice person, and you know, good and kind and anti-capitalist. They're McCabe. Where are the wicked tough guys? Is McCabe is his friends watching this right now? How politically correct are the intelligence services? And why do they want everybody to fight the Russians? Any wine mom listening to this now must realize that before you get so into that type of thing, maybe your kid's going to have to go. Where are the really tough G-men? Where's the George Wills? No, well, whatever. Not George Will. He's a neocon, mamby-pamby writer. No, G. Gordon Liddy. Where's the G. Gordon Liddies? That was the name of his book, Will. The technocratic keyboard warriors. Are there any rank and file bureau guys that think all those other guys are pussies? Why do Putin and the Russian guys seem so tough compared to our guys? Answer me this question. The FBI, counter-terror, is there to protect us and all this stuff. Why was nobody really fired in 9/11? Did they really do a good job with the Boston Marathon? We heard the stories. I'm not saying any conspiracy bullshit. The story came down. The Russians warned us about the Sonar voice, and they completely blew it. And all Clapper and Brennan and all these guys, all they've done is try to go after the Donald. Is he a saint? Whatever. Who gives a shit? Trying to say he didn't win the election, whatever. I mean, it's like Nicaragua. We're like a third world country here now. And all the popular celebrities, they love them and this and that. And people, they don't understand that we're well on the way to become like Warsaw 1986, 5, whatever here. You can't, when you're not the kind of thing, you're not technically, you're not supposed to have your opinion, that you don't like the president or whatever. The real thing behind it is he was interested in pulling out of some of these wars, basically, to my mind, because he's a business guy and it just doesn't work. And all of a sudden you have like Kamala Harris going after the North Koreans, on these shows and this and that. Everybody loves them with these night shows. I mean, I love them, late night shows. Who doesn't love them? They're very, very appealing people. But they want to send you to war. And if Trump, because of this thing, it gets blown away, everybody gets sick, then you're going to have somebody maybe more like Harris didn't win, but maybe Biden will go at it. Can't let them get away with it. The truth is, the empire is reached its limits, right? Definitely. Oh, that's not the title of this thing. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to change the title of this thing. A rant, criticisms of the empire. I'm just rambling on, but these are big questions. You'll find that nobody kind of goes into it. It's always some detailed thing. Some official said something bad. Bad thing. People said a bad thing about people. Insulting thing about groups. Insulting things to people from the Middle East. Insulting things here and there. And it never gets to the point of pulling out the troops. Probably a lot of people mad at Trump. He didn't pull them all the way out. This occupation in Afghanistan is the longest. And what's there? What's there to protect? What position can they secure to win? What do they got there? I used to say they come down there and go, people of Kabul, welcome to Walmart. I mean, it's not. There's nothing to go after there. There's nothing to defend. It's preposterous. This time has been shocks for the American people every other week, every 2 weeks. The alleged, I say alleged because they only found his ring in a pile of junk and stuff, but we'll say that's a little out there. But okay, the missile attack on General Soleimani of Iran, who was an ISIS fighter guy, by the way, was a move that Trump made to probably keep Assad of wider involvement. And look, it worked. The entire Middle East is flying the red flag and this and that, and they're threatening. But hey, whatever he did, every expert on all sides are down on the guy. He did it. Today, Pat Buchanan has a article. Let's see if I can see his one from today. Up for a cold new war with China. Okay, that was April 22nd from the paleo-conservative Pat Buchanan, who's very well hated. I don't even think they let him on the Fox anymore or whatever. Do I agree with everything he said? You know, yes and no. He's a measured, calm, older guy who has a lot of experience in whatever bad thing you might say about Pat Buchanan, you will always find in his articles he's against war. So his from today's May 1 of the Illuminist holiday. This is the day that the Illuminist of Bavaria, the communistic secret society, was formed. And it's May Day. It's a very high holiday. Ballantine or something. The Maypole. Spartacus. The Spartacus League always marches May Day. They put the fist up for the workers. Today is the workers' day. Only because of the coronavirus, they couldn't do a big May Day parade. May Day, May Day. So as of April 30th, the coronavirus pandemic has killed 61,500 Americans in the 2 months that include the worst economic collapse since the Great Depression. If history is our guide, the economic crisis, which has produced 30 million unemployed Americans in 6 weeks, may prove enduring, ruinous, and historic if the still rising and tragic death toll continues. Spanish flu of 1918-1919, the deadliest pandemic in modern history, infected an estimated 500 million people worldwide, a third of the planet's population, killed an estimated 20 million to 50 million victims. including 675,000 Americans. That was the Spanish flu 1918. Shortly after that, you're looking at World War I. So that was a depression that lasted. He's going on to October 29 to the very end of World War II. So will Depression 2 dictate Trump's fate? So we're talking about the virus and we're talking about the economy. Will that get rid of the populist President Trump? I'll leave that in the liner notes. It is May 1st, May Day. I do believe also the intelligence community has said that it's not man-made. Trump says look into the Wuhan virus emanating out of Wuhan labs back and forth. Is that wise? Maybe should Trump just lay off the whole China thing? Avoid conflict with that. China, definitely an absolute rising power. Is already probably the preeminent country. Their major cities make New York look small. India and China, these past, since the September 11th, unsurpassed GDP growth. Trump, a deal maker, did take China to the table. I even heard on Bloomberg that the deal was good. They said it was good, and then all of a sudden this virus comes, which is said to be just a coincidence. Chinese have accused the American army of doing it. And Mr. Pompeo has said, check out China. A disease like that hitting through the American military and a mighty giant like China, kick our ass. Kick our ass. They're saying it's back over there, too. The rise and containment of China. I'm looking at Mershner, who has a book about the decline of the empire and the actual need to have a mitigator like Trump to smooth it over. He has said no matter who's president now, so don't get too excited that you have a sexist president or whatever. Anybody who would happen to be some left-winger coming into my blog, which is basically for UFO people anyway. Whoever it's going to be would be a person negotiating down because the empire No. Can't hold it. The American people are admirable people. Innovative, excellent people. But nobody can hold down the 800 to 1,000 bases. Control the Middle East. Protect Europe. Still be over in Korea at the DMZ. And reckon with the the immense diversity of this country. That's why every kind of dude who watches a weird vlog channel like mine, they'll always refer to that new Pearl Harbor thing and Zbig Brzezinski. But Zbig Brzezinski is always the target of every one of those things. What he said was it's such a diverse thing that this country, nobody gets along. So therefore you need an event like Pearl Harbor. That's what he meant. Instead of just demonizing Brzezinski, you have to read all his books. And that's just a fact. You can't just pick out one sentence to what he said. Read the Between Two Ages, which is a classic of the researcher. And read the whatever, the grand chessboard. Instead, people are just like, no, he knew. And he's an Illuminati. We're here on Illuminati tonight. Adam Weishaupt formed the greatest secret society known to mankind. The Illuminati. The Illuminist of Bavaria. In 1776. Which I guess is, everybody knows, is the same height as the Freedom Tower. This is their high holiday tonight. Ehrwecke Bleidschaft. Very, very exciting, mixed with absolutely some things that are meaningless, as I've said before. Don't blame everything on my fellow Pole, Zbigniew Brzezinski. I'm running low. I have to shut it off. Maybe I'll be on later. Hope this was of any help. Ciao, my friends. Sorry about the anger in this rant. May the deep state go to hell, my friends. God bless you.